I'm going to be moving over to your side, Paul. That's okay. I'm going to come out.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Come on, boys. Go for it.
Come on, boys, Aston. Aston, we on this or what? Boys, come on, get lads here.
Thank you, Emma. Yes, please. Spot on. Yeah. Thank you. Hey? No.
We're here at the town ground where Heanor have just lost 3-1 to Aston United in the Derbyshire Senior Cup. With me I've got the management team of Glenn Clarence and two assistants, Steve Hamilton and Steve Huntington. I'll come to you straight away, Steve. Obviously it's a big result for Aston, certainly in the Derbyshire Senior Cup tonight. They said before the game it's their biggest game in their history as a club. Now they've got a result, no doubt they're very happy with that tonight.
Yeah.
Polar opposites for us. What have you got to say about the game?
Congratulations to Aston. Well-deserved winners. Wish them all the best in the next round. Very difficult night, Tony. Very difficult night for the football club. Very difficult night for us. Not a lot I can say about the game, really. That's not up to the standard that you expect from a football club of this size, of this stature. It's not what you would expect from ourselves. Personally, embarrassed, very disappointed. Obviously, goes without saying. Disappointed for everybody connected to the football club, and at this moment in time, I probably don't want to comment any further than that. I think you can probably tell, and people could probably tell around the ground, that things were very, very difficult tonight. As I say, I think it would be prudent not to say too much more on that at this moment in time.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Hamo, the lead up to today's game. Obviously, we've had a defeat on Saturday, although from all accounts, tried to play good football, played winning football from what I've heard as well. The warm-up looked confident tonight, the players looked well up for it, and then they've been sent out over that white line. Now, I know some performances tonight certainly weren't acceptable. There's probably quite a few that weren't acceptable. Now, Aston have ended up finishing the game with 9 men. Is it something, I know as a football side, we seem to struggle with, playing against teams that have either below us or even dropped down to 10 men or lower?
Well done, Dom.
Don't really know the question, Tone, but you said something along the lines of, do we struggle against 9 men against football sides at this moment in time? And that's why we have to take a long, hard look at ourselves as to what input we can get. I mean,
hold on, Smudge.
As to what input we can get. I mean, I think we say the right things to the players, but it's not getting the right results. And before the game and at half time, you know, we didn't meet any standards, never mind our standards. And so as a consequence, we weren't happy with the first half, but we went in at 1-0 up. And the second half, it was powder puff to say the least. You know, there was no reaction, and we get ourselves in an almighty mess. And yeah, best of luck to Aston, because I genuinely think they deserve that win. But what we witnessed tonight and at Wolverhampton's and well, one or two other games has just not been acceptable. Don't know what more to say to you, Tony.
Okay. All right. Thanks, mate. Glenn. Mate, I've got to say, over the last few years, I've loved talking to you about football. Tonight, I don't really know what I need to say to you. Obviously, as a club, we're 22, 23 games into a season, and sort of sat around mid-table. Now, we're looking at playing a side that's just come up from the league below on Saturday. We've got players that I'm sure we've agreed haven't met the grade today, haven't maybe met the grade for a little while. What are we expecting from the football club leading up to Saturday, and certainly Saturday against Coventry United?
Honestly, Tony, I don't know what to say. Maybe it's too soon after games to do this. We do it as a club. Sometimes a bit of honesty comes out, and maybe that's what's needed. I don't know what to say. That's the second time.
No, he's not.
That we've lost to teams who play subs and level of football. That's the third game on the bounce that we've lost. I set my standards.
Are you kidding?
And for 10 years of management, I've always stuck up for my players, etc. Anyone who's played for me, anyone who's been around us, they know that. And it's not the first time tonight that. Again, the easy thing is to blame other people, but honestly, as a management team, we don't know what we can do better. We don't know what we can say to them. Tonight's games, 3 individual errors for their goals, but the art's not there. That's not the first time. It's over the course of 3.5 years, we've always struggled against teams that are from below. Now, we don't walk into that dressing room and say, right lads, tonight you're playing Aston at Derbyshire Court, play with a cigar and do what you want. We tell them all the right things. They're human beings. There's 11 straight 20 in the squad, different personalities, different abilities, whatever else.
For fuck's sake,
what
boys.
I know is that as a management team,
come on, Joey,
we give it 100%, and we're not getting that back. That's plain and simple. So we've got to, again, it's too soon to talk now. We've got to go and sit down, let the dust settle, and maybe decide what the honourable thing is to do. And I'm sure you can read into that, Tony. But yeah, downbeat. What more can we say? We take time out of our lives, as any management team does, and put everything into this job. And you can blame players. Maybe it's us. I'm sure that's what other people think. So yeah, a bit too soon on the podcast to talk about stuff, Tony. But there's certain discussions before Saturday.
Okay, perfect. I'm sure there'll be a few bits for us to read over the next few days, just to see where we're going.
We'll see.
See what we've got on Saturday. Thanks for your time, gents.
and 2 of their players off and we still couldn't.